Hello there, Year 8. Here's a quick overview of what we're going through in the Zoom. So it's no new information, but for those people that are on different time zones, etc., or if you just want a recap of what we've gone through. First of all, we're going to start with a sustainability focus. So as part of, obviously, we need to learn about sustainability issues for our unit of work. We also need to learn our English skills. So what we're doing is I'm just going to introduce you to some ideas that you can focus on for your oral presentation this term. This is the concept of fast fashion. There's two videos here that explain what it is in quite a good bit of detail, and three questions that I'd like you to answer in your notes, please. So first of all, what is fast fashion? Do you engage in it? Do you think? Are you part of this? Does this apply to you in your life? But more importantly, why is it bad for the environment? All right, what's the impact that it has? Okay, so those are three questions I'd like you to do, just to give you as many options to talk about as many different issues that might interest you as possible. Once you've done that, we're going to move on to some English stuff. So first of all, we're going to learn about newspaper types, and we're going to continue this over the next couple of lessons. Now, newspapers, we have become increasingly digital over the last sort of 10 to 15 years. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be thinking about, obviously, we're going to continue to thinking about the issues that you can talk about for your presentation. But also we're going to be focused on newspaper articles and identifying key features of an article, but also to look at bias, okay? And I'm not going to tell you what that is because I want you to research it, all right? And we'll do that in a second. And better understand how you can use articles in preparation for your speech. They're great, but you have to know what you're reading. Now, this is not just for English, it's a really important life skill. As you get older, you'll realize that a lot of the information you read can't fully be trusted or has a political agenda or a bias to it. And you need to be aware of that so you are a bright, intelligent, and wonderfully informed young individual. Now, newspapers can be very, very useful, all right? Can obviously contain a lot of information. What sort of information can we take from newspapers? So I want you to answer these questions in your notes, please. But also, what are some of the challenges or risks that using newspapers can include? Here's an image that might give you a clue about why newspapers might be a bit of a tricky source of information. Now, we've got lots of pictures here from 8 different newspapers, British newspapers. Okay, we've got the Financial Times, we've got the Sun, you may have come across some of these before, the Daily Telegraph, the Daily Mirror, Daily Express, the Times, Daily Mail, and the Guardian. Okay, and these are in the UK, these are published every single day. All right. Now, I want you to look at these front pages carefully. You'll notice some similarities and some differences, all right, between the 8 newspapers here. I want you to have a look at these carefully, and I want you to put them into 2 groups, all right? I want you to put these 8 newspapers into 2 groups, and I want you to tell me why, all right? Now, there is a definite answer here, all right? Obviously, you might interpret the question in any way you wish, but there is a definite difference here. There are 4 that belong to one type of newspaper and 4 that belong to another type of newspaper. I'd be interested to see how you divide these and if you can divide them in a way that I'm sort of predicting. So that's what I want you to do. So you've got the names of the newspapers there at the top, so you can just write them into 2 lists and then just tell me what separates them. How did you divide them into 2? All right. Finally, last task, it's not a big one, but it's just to prepare for our next lesson. We need to understand what these terms are, and we're going to start our lesson next time by going through some of these answers. So the terms are tabloid, broadsheet, bias, neutrality, structure, and what do I mean by structure? Sometimes layout is also used, headline, formality, and tone. All right, so those are terms you're going to use all the way through your English career in school, from IGCSE all the way into IB as well. So these are terms, you might already know some of them, you might have never heard of them before, it doesn't matter. I'd like you to look them up. Now, some of these might have more than one definition. They're all in relation to news and newspapers, all right? So obviously, if you'd see a definition and it's a medical definition, then that's not going to be helpful to us, all right? So be careful when you're researching. And I want you to make a list of all these keywords for next time. And that's it. That's today's lesson. And can you submit your work online when you've done? Thank you very much. And as always, I'm online if you've got any questions or you need support. Thank you.